Welcome to the call. Yes, Verda, I know you were dialing in all the way from Omaha, Nebraska. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the call, everybody. A blessed morning, Charlene. Blessed morning, Jay. What's going on, beautiful people? Woodlands, Texas. Hello there, Dee Dee. I should show you guys Dee Dee's face mask that she just showed me right now, but I mean, I ain't gonna do that, right? But good morning, everybody. Welcome to the call today. It is Thursday, January 26th, 2023. Man, did like January fly by for you too? If it did, type a 1 in the chat. Let me see who I'm talking to that is human on here. Because if not, then you're not. I'm just joking. Welcome. It is Thursday, January 26, 2023. Welcome to the Breakfast Club call. My name is Pamela Pacheco, and if you are new here, welcome. I remember when I first embarked upon entrepreneurship almost a decade ago, I was looking forward to these type of calls. Not only was I looking forward to these type of calls because of the information I was going to receive and the mentorship, but most so the inspiration, because I know that garbage in is garbage out, greatness in is greatness out, and how you start your day sets the tone for your day. So who is excited for not only everything that is going on in, our lives, but who is excited for our Club Fit 60-day challenge? If you are registered for the challenge, type a 1 in the chat. And I want to see who I'm talking to, because we're going to come back and discuss this in a little bit. Awesome. See a lot of 1s on there. Make sure you're sending it to all panelists and attendees. Awesome. That is amazing. So last week, we talked about a few things. One of them was, certain practices to stop. We talked about, stilling yourself, taking notice, different things. We talked about top thoughts on discipline, that it requires rest. Don't underestimate what you do daily, right? Because what you do daily defines who you become permanently. Having a habit, because the quality of your practice determines the caliber of your performance. And discipline is always doing what you're called to do, even when you don't want to do it. And it kind of brings me into today's topic that I want to talk to us about. It's 3 exit strategies for indecision. 3 exit strategies for indecisions. If you are taking notes, right? Always take notes as if you were going to teach this yourself and question everything, right? But 3 exit strategies for indecision. And I know somebody's looking at this and is like, but why indecision, right? Well, indecision is a decision. And when we say, we're going to do something, a decision means you cut off all other options. And a lot of times we make a decision, whether that be in our faith, to meditate every morning, to pray every morning, to, declare affirmations, declare what it is that we want over our life, whether it is, to take time in worship, whether it is gratitude journaling. There's decisions that we make in our faith on a daily basis. There's decisions that we make in our fitness on a daily basis. Like Dee Dee said, this morning, she already got her cardio in. She's already eating right, putting the right nutrients in her body. So we make decisions in every aspect of our life. So sometimes we have to make decisions in our family, right? Whether that is you getting your children ready for school, or you taking care of your kids, or maybe you don't have kids like me and you still have a household to run, and you have to have conversations with your family, not only about great stuff, but the not so great things, and how do you communicate in your delivery and the love you share with the people you care about, or making certain phone calls to people, right? Just to checking in. Different decisions that we can do every day that make every aspect of our life better. So you can make decisions in your faith, you can make decisions in your fitness, in your family, certain decisions in our fortune. And what is our fortune? Our fortune is everything that has to do with our bag, right? Our blessings, our businesses, our careers, our professional development, the things that you are doing to become a better person, all of these things that contribute to our fortune. And then, of course, we have decisions in our fun. How are you going to reward yourself? Because all work with no play is absolutely boring. Like, nobody wants to do that. And I will tell you, I am a strong believer in work like a captain and party like a pirate. Shout out to Josh Valentine, he always says that, but it's true. You work hard, you play harder. And, it's a circle of life. And if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, it's kind of like, but you want to reward yourself. You want to give yourself some grace. You always want to be kind to yourself. And when we're talking about 3 exit strategies for indecision, let me ask you something. Have you ever struggled after you make a decision because it says, hey, I want to decide, means I cut off all other options, to detach from, right? No longer doing this. Have you ever struggled to keep that decision? Type a 1 in the chat if you've ever struggled. Type a 1 in the chat. Yes. Let me see who I'm talking to. Make sure you're sending it to all panelists and attendees so everybody could see who is saying what. Awesome. And here's the reality. You're not alone. I don't care what you hear. I don't care how great I make it seem in the gym. You see, if you follow me on social media, I don't care how great I make it seem that, oh, my workouts are so much fun. I don't care how easy Jay shows it, that it's easy to be in the gym. I don't care how easy Suheni shows that it's easy to work out with all her kids around it. I don't care how easy it seems from the outside looking in, but let me tell you that it's not easy, and we all go through the same exact things, same exact challenges. Why? Because we're human. And it's okay. And being mindful of these things is to give yourself some grace, but also know, okay, well, there are certain things that I need to put into place so that when this does happen, I'm able to say, hey, this is happening. I'm going to overcome it because I made a decision to do X, Y, Z. So one of the exit strategies for indecision is character, right? When you know who you are, you'll know what you stand for. And here's the reality. A lot of times we struggle with identity. So if you are not crystal clear of who you are, it will allow you to not only not know who or what your identity is, but it will allow you to fall for anything because you don't know what it is that you're standing for. So are you a person that says, hey, you know what? I'm standing for my decisions that I made. I said I was going to do something and I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter how long necessarily it is going to take me. It doesn't matter how that feeling feels. It doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't even matter if one day I fall off because I know who I am. Do you know who you are? That is equally important when you're doing anything in life, because if you do not know who you are, you will be easily swayed, and you will be not only easily persuaded, but you will let your own emotions and your own indecisions, right, get the best of you. Because we just came out of a 21-day transformation challenge. Shout out to everybody that was on that 21-day transformation. And I'm going to tell you, even though I am consistent at posting my workouts, I'm consistent at my self-talk, I'm consistent at, getting ready for the day and putting on my best foot forward, I'm consistent. There was a lot of little things that I had to watch myself, that I had to go back and say, hey, you said you were not going to do this. Like, we're not doing that. You said you were going to do this. So make sure that you're doing this and that you're not doing that. Like, I had to catch myself, but I also, here's the reality. I had to forgive myself because there was some days that I set my intentions and I set my alarm and it was supposed to be for 5 a.m. and it went off at 5 p.m. Luckily, my body alarm got me up at 7 a.m. Right? But I still missed it. You still have challenges along the way. But when you know who you are, you know what you stand for, you're going to eat those challenges. You're going to say, hey, you know what? Everything comes to promote me. This too shall pass. This is going to make me stronger. Hey, you know what? It's okay that I fell off for a day. It's okay. I fell off for a week. I fell off a day. Maybe you fell off for the entire month. But when you know who you are and you know what you're capable of, and you know what it is of what your vision of what makes you, of what your core is, you know what you stand for. So you're going to be able to be a lot kinder to yourself. You're going to be able to give yourself the required grace to move on. Does that make sense? Type of one in the chat if you guys are getting some value from this. The Lisa says the challenge helped me stay off of social media in the AM and the PM. Absolutely. That first hour off and on of social media is key. Not complaining, no gossiping. You know how many conversations I would be like, girl, I gotta call you back. We ain't gonna do this today. Why? Because I know what it is that I'm focused on. I know what it is that I wanted to expand. Even reaching out to people, like as intentional as I was, I have a circle that is normally the people that I reach out to, but this forced me to reach out to people, to go back and say, hey, you know what, there's a lot of people that you care about that you probably are not in just talking to, but it is so good. And I always recommend people, listen, do the 21-day challenge again, right? Like, and the reason being is because there are all little things that we can all work on that will go a long way. And when what you focus on the longest does become the strongest. The meaning that we give to things is the meaning that it holds. A lot of times things happen and you're just like, man, listen, because this would have been me a year ago. This would have been me 6 months ago. It would have been a whole different conversation, right? But thank God for grace. Thank God for growth. But again, you know who it is that you are. So you know what it is that you stand for. Does that make sense? So number 2, convictions. Draw your lines or you'll always be pushed past them. So why is that an exit strategy for indecision? Because a lot of the times we have lines, but if we're being honest, they can be a little blurred. So I believe that if you're saying, this is something that I'm going to do, you want to be clear on what your convictions. See, what are you convicted about? I'm going to tell you, there are certain things that you need to be convicted about in this business. There's certain things that you need to be convicted about. You need to be convicted about the opportunity. You need to be convicted about that we have the sexiest, most irresistible value offering there is, not only in secret, not only in network marketing, not only in this industry of direct sales, period, in opportunity, for residual, for community, for growth. I could keep going. The list goes on and on. What are you convicted about? See, and here's the reason why it's not only equivocally important to be convicted about the opportunity, convicted about the products. You want to be convicted about, like, do you know what this does? Like, you want to have your convictions about the people, the leadership. See, there's one thing that you hear me say over and over again, and it's like the common denominator, right? The common thing here in this, in our secret community. People be like, and then I met Isaac. Woo! Can you relate? Then I met Isaac. Why? Because it is certain things that you want to know who you're not only doing business with, but who you're doing life with. See, I'm interested in not only building currency, but building community with someone, doing life with people that have character, doing life with people that have integrity, doing life with people that have a shared vision, because that's why it says the world is our playground and love is our legacy. I could buy into that all day long because that stands for me. That's in alignment with my core values. So what are things that are you convicted about in your business? See, because when you talk about exit strategies for indecision, when you talk about not stopping, when you talk about no longer doing the habits, no longer doing the things that were not serving you, that were not conducive to your growth, it's like going back to, okay, what is it that I'm convicted about? What is it that matters to me? And let me tell you why I asked you guys about the, and again, we always keep it very transparent, and to know me is to know that about me. It's the only way. I'm gonna tell you, I had to find something that I wanted to be convicted about the Club Fit Challenge. Because if I'm being honest with you, I pay a personal trainer every single month. Yes, okay. I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to my workouts. I eat really good on my own. I have really great workouts. I have really great community and accountability. And to be honest, your girl's looking better at 37 than I did in my 20s. So I didn't see that I had too much room for improvement to grow, right? Yes, I got a little pudgy under my abs, but I've been working on my fitness. It's not just something that I do every 60 days. I've made this a part of my lifestyle, a part of my regime. But let me tell you, I had to find something in this challenge that I'm convicted apart. Because see, Isaac said something very powerful in a training, and somebody repeated it this week in one of our calls. And it was, if you can promote the program, if you can promote the opportunity, then the program will promote the products. Then the program will speak for the opportunity in itself. So I had to dig deep within myself, because truth be told, I had already signed up for the challenge, because I'm the person that anything that the company drops, I'm going to promote it. I'm going to endorse it. But I had to find within me, because I have to stay true to myself, saying, Pam, which can you be convicted about this? You know what convicted me about this? So let's talk about some of these things that are in our challenge. If you are, super excited, type in the chat, what are some things that you're excited about this challenge? Type in the chat. Let me see what you're excited about. Type in the chat. Let me see. What y'all talking about? Okay. Awesome. Make sure you're sending it. The daily 5. Yes, the daily 5. That is awesome. The recipes and community feed, the app, the tracker. Yes. So here's something that I'm excited about. I'm excited about the aspect that we have a community of people doing this, because commitment always lasts longer in community. And I'm going to get into that in a second. But what I love about this also is that, yes, it's a virtual 8-week workout program, which I'll find value in that the days that I'm off for my trainer. So that I'm convicted about. I also saw that I get one-on-one time, right, with our trainers, but it's mostly the accountability. It's mostly you guys that are convicting me of this. And here is another thing that convicted me. I'm convicted about these products. See, I cannot go a day without taking my shake and greens. Y'all like, she hyped this morning. That's energy, baby. Nothing like it. You see me every day. If you follow me, every day I post it. The level of conviction that I have about these products is second to none. See, one of the reasons that I will always be an advocate for Secret, for Club Secret, for Isaac, for Life by Secret, was because when my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, we had to completely switch her diet to plant-based. And when I tell you, I went through a dozen plant-based proteins, and she didn't like this one for that one, or she didn't like this one for taste, or she didn't like this one for that. And if you've ever dealt with somebody that's dealing with chemo, you know that it does something to their taste buds. So I was doing my best to be patient, but if truth be told, I was impatient. And I was just like, Mom, please just have one of them. And one of my friends, it's interesting because she was like, why don't you give her to try the one that of Life by Secret? And I was just like, really? Let me try that. And I tried it. And yes, my mom went to be with God almost 2 years ago. But let me tell you something. The way that I saw these products give her the nutrition that she needed when she couldn't take anything else, the way that I saw the recovery help her in between her chemotherapy sessions, the way that her oncologists that have been practicing oncology for years, never seen somebody have the type of strength that she had with the severity of pain that she had. I will be a fool to not be an advocate for these products. It doesn't matter how or what challenge it's being presented to people, because what I do know is that unless you have another body hanging up in your closet somewhere, you shouldn't be putting anything else in your body by Life by Secret. See, when I say that, I'm convicted about it. What are you convicted about? What are you convicted about? See, because if you're not convicted, you're going to be easily swayed. You're going to be easily convinced otherwise. And that is important for you to be convicted about this opportunity, for you to be convicted about the things that matter, for you to be convicted about where it is that you want to go, for you to be convicted about who you're doing life with, for you to be convicted that you are standing on the ground floor opportunity of $1 billion company, for you to be convicted that you have the best opportunity in your life. What are you convicted about? So does that make sense? You have to be convicted, because if you don't draw those lines of what it is that you're convicted, you'll always be pushed past them. Okay? All right, cool. Let's move on. Number 3, commitment lasts longer in community. Community, you guys hear me say that all the time. So if you ever want to go, an exit strategy to stop being indecisive is your commitment. What are you committed to? Commitment always lasts longer in community. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm so excited about Secret, why I'm so excited about Club Secret, why I will always be excited about everything that we have going on, because it's the community. It's the community of love for me. It's the community of light. It's the fun. It's the enthusiasm. It's the energy. Like, I am looking forward to not only doing this Club Fit challenge with you guys, but I'm looking forward to being fine on this Club Fit trip. I'm looking forward to being in this, being at an ATL at Playbook. And if you're not registered, secretdirectevents.com, Delisa, of you or somebody, if you could please type that in the chat to make sure everybody's registered. But what are you convicted about, right? What are you excited about? What excites you about the community? Because truth be told, we say this all the time, and and I heard Josh say it one time. I gave him credit like 2 times, so I'm not giving him no more credit. But for you, the people that were like, we are all about building community, and we're all about building community. But the reality is that for us to build community, you need currency. And there's no currency without opportunity. And the opportunity that we have here is second to none. The opportunity to not only create a residual income, the opportunity that we have for this community of love, for this community of empowerment, this community of enthusiasm, this community of like-minded individuals, this community of world changers, this community of people that are dedicated to making a difference each and every single day. So if we talk about, your commitment lasts longer in community, look in the chats. Reach out to somebody. Maybe you're the person that's like, listen, I need an accountability partner. Like, all of these things are great, Pam. And I know that, I can stop being indecisive by knowing who I am and focusing on my character and, making sure I'm very clear about my convictions and plugging into the community. But truth be told, maybe there's somebody on here that's like, man, the community is so big, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know who to connect with. So reach out. When in doubt, reach out to someone. I'm not going to promise you I'm going to be everybody's accountability partner, because I have accountability partners. I can't do that. However, there's a lot of people that will text me for a testimony all the time. I'm not going to respond to each and every single one of them within 5 minutes, but within 24 hours, you'll definitely get it. I always recommend for you to have 10 to 12 people that you have for your 3-way list. And if you know what a 3-way call, right? You should, when you're calling somebody for a testimony to help you close a prospect, right? To help you share this business. So it's find an accountability partner. And if you're the person that's like, listen, I'm even shy to do it, there's somebody out there that feels just like you. There's somebody out there that's struggling with the same things you're struggling with. And the reason why I've made a decision, and it's took work to do that, it's to be vulnerable, because there's so much strength in vulnerability. And I know he's made perfect in my weakness. However, I also know that not only as a woman, as a human being, we all need a safe space. We all need a space where not only we can go to, but that we can talk to people, not feel judged, that we can talk to people and feel encouraged, that we can talk to people and feel empowered, that we can talk to someone and not be necessarily criticized, but be course corrected, so that we can do better, so that we can help each other grow. Because truth be told, that is the power of community. It's about helping each other grow. It's about helping each other get past our own obstacles. It's about shedding the dead weight that no longer serves you. It's about shedding the mindset that no longer serves you. It's about shedding those habits that no longer serve you, that are no longer conducive to where it is that you want to go or where it is that you want to be. So, if we think about it, and it's not just as leaders, as business people, as men and women, we're faced with daily decisions that have to do with our faith, that have to do with our family, that have to do with our fitness, that have to do with our fortune, that have to do with our fun. And if we don't have a strategy for our decision making, we can quickly feel burnt out or overwhelmed by the options laid out before us. But identifying those barriers that limit your decision making is the first step to creating a pathway of clarity for yourself and your team. And if you're that person that's like, oh, I'm great, it's my team's fault, it's this, no. Look at you. What you doing? Speed of your team is the speed of the leader. But a lot of times it's not only creating a pathway of clarity for yourself, but it's also doing it for your team. It's also doing it for the people that you care. And your team is not necessarily only your team in Club Secret. Your team can be your family team. It can be your squad, right? It can be those people that you do life with, those people that you go deep with in every aspect. So, excuse me, guys. So I would just say, remembering that indecision is a decision, but take time this week to reflect on the quality of your decision making. Ask yourself these questions. And if you're writing these down, write these down, right? In what areas do you struggle to make definitive decisions? What are some of those areas that you struggle to make definitive decisions? In what areas do you find it challenging to commit to the decisions that you've previously made? In what areas do you find it challenging to commit to the decisions that you've previously made? And what's one practice that helps you navigate a difficult decision? So if you had to choose, what's something that you're like, okay, man, this can help me. What does that look like? And I'm going to type these questions for reflection in the chat for you guys. So when we're talking about, this business, when you're talking about your life, when you're talking about everything of who it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to go, these are things to always be mindful of. Yes, the 3 exit strategies for a decision are character, convictions, and community. Again, when you know who you are, you know what you stand for. Who are you? See, who are you when nobody's watching? A lot of people is like, I'm a public success and I'm a private failure. No. You get paid in public for what you do in private. See, the reason I chose to do business, because I chose to do business with the people that I do business with, is because I know what they look like on and off the scenes. I know what they look like in their homes. I know what they look like when they're faced in adversity. And I will go to war with and for Josh and Kia Valentine, JAON, all day long, because I know who it is that I'm dealing with in every aspect. Do you? Can your team say the same thing about you? And that is so important. What it is, who you are, you know what you stand for in every aspect. Again, convictions. What are you convicted about? Find something that convicts you in the season. See, because whether you realize it or not, this is the time for new leaders to rise. This is the time for those people that have had dreams that have been bottled up inside them for years. Those people that feel like myself, that you have unfinished business in this industry, that you just have something that you have to get done. It's like, what lines are you drawing right now? Where do you draw the lines? Because let me tell you something. I know y'all know what I'll be like. Let me tell you something that's about to be like, oh, she coming. So many people don't know what them lines are because they never drew them. So they got to keep starting over. And because they keep starting over, they'll never get to the finish line because they keep starting over in different places. So that's why it's important for you to know what you're convicted about. That's why it's important for you to draw those lines so that you're not pushed past them. Because if you don't draw that line and you don't know exactly where you're at on that line, it's going to be I'm just going to start. I'm not saying that it's not okay to reset, but if you're going to keep starting over and starting and doing, and it's like, I've seen it, and it's no disrespect, it's no love lost, but I've seen it, and I can't think of anybody that is having massive success that has had to keep starting over and over and over again. You know why? Because they never reached the finish line. So draw your lines. Or if not, you'll always be pushed past them. Lastly, community. Find your community. This is the best community ever. Commitment lasts longer in community. I don't know where else in the world we have the amount of leadership pouring into you on a daily basis. And it's like at all times of the day. It's so incredible. It's such a blessing. So remember, indecision is a decision. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Breakfast has officially been served. Great day and God bless. Happy Thursday. Please make sure that you are registered for the Club Fit Challenge. And if you are registered for the Club Fit Challenge, encourage somebody. Like you, I'm going to be making calls. I'm going to be hitting some people up to finish off the month strong, to finish off the week strong. But reach out to some folks, because I know that maybe I'm in the nicest shape that I've been in my entire life, but I know that the majority of the world isn't. The majority of the world is obese. The majority of the world needs what we have. So reach out to people. Let's make a commitment. There's a few of us, right? There's like 35 of us on this chat today. If each of us just go out and get one more person registered for this Club Fit Challenge, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So whether it's one, whether it's two, it's about us setting forth the intention. It's about us saying, hey, we're going to do this together, because commitment always lasts longer in community. Great day and God bless. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Love y'all. Thank you.